But to see that week in and week out, playing 130 snaps a game is bizarre. Like, that is correct. And not only playing 130 snaps, he's getting 100 yards at receiver. He's making 7-8 tackles, a couple PBUs, and he's getting a pick every other game.
Yeah.
So you tell me another player that you can compare him to. You can't.
Yeah, money, 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 money. Ain't that funny? I got haters. Yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Money, 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 money. Ain't that funny? I got haters. Yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Riding around the city, plastic cup of C-Rock. Bigger and I'm blacker. I am on that Chris Rock.
Welcome back once again. All things covered. Yours truly, no other, the great, the legendary Patrick Peterson, and me, Bryant McFadden, back again. Excited for this episode. There's so much to talk about. Pat P, are you fired up? Are you ready to go, my boy?
Ready to go, my guy.
No question. Matter of fact, boy, I like your t-shirt. I like the brim you're rocking, man. Shouts out to Homefield Apparel. Once again, listen, when it comes to the latest collegiate gear, repping almost every university that is out there, Homefield Apparel is the place to go. Pat P, outside of the look, because I'm loving the look, Go Tigers. That's how they say that, right? I know it's spelled G-E-A-U-X, but they say go, right?
Yeah, go Tigers. Go.
Man, how you liking the fit you're rocking right now from Homefield?
Man, I'm loving the fit. Like I said last time we had the opportunity to do a read, man, the quality of the shirts is unbelievable. We're now into fall. Got my long sleeve on today. Right now, this is just like I said, the quality of the shirt. I love the vintage.
Yeah, the vintage look, boy. That's that old Tiger, right? That's super dope.
Yeah, I love the vintage look, man. How you like your swag, man?
I'm loving the vintage as well, because see, these are things you don't usually see, when it comes to getting certain apparel that represents your university. And a lot of us, even if we're younger in age, we still love representing the vintage style, going back in time and repping things that once upon a time was the hot thing to wear. And Homefield does a great job, showing and embracing the older generation along with the new age material when it comes to the cloths and how the t-shirts are made. So I'm loving it with the original brim. I said, so the brim is not as a old age vintage look like your brim, but my t-shirt is vintage. And once again, fans, we love you. We thank you for rocking with us. And with that being said, we have an exclusive promo code for you on your very, very first purchase at homefieldapparel.com. The promo code is covered. So go to homefieldapparel.com if you're a Michigan State fan, you're an Ohio State fan, if you're a Texas fan, Oklahoma, Nebraska. They have everything you will want plus more when it comes to the hoodies, the beanies, the jackets, the bombers, the t-shirts. But when you go to check out, make sure you hit covered to get 15% off. The promo code, as I repeat, is covered to get 15% off. Our gifts to you guys for rocking with us. And let us know how you feel, how you loving your Homefield apparel. Send us some pictures of you repping your university in Homefield apparel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once again, that's for you guys because we love you. Appreciate you. Pat P, man, me and you we were back and forth talking. It was a great weekend to watch football.
Yes, it was.
A great weekend, man. Football, it continues to entertain us, man, for 4 quarters. The highs, the lows, the ebbs, the flows, the high blood pressure, the low blood pressure, not knowing which way to go. But we watch it faithfully week in and week out. And with that being said, Pat P, we're NFL guys, but before we became NFL guys, we were college guys.
Somewhere.
We had to start somewhere. You're right, my guy. So let's talk about the highlight of this past weekend in college football. Georgia traveling to Tuscaloosa to face off against the Alabama Crimson Tide, a top 5 matchup. And usually, Pat P, as you know, being an SEC legend, usually these two teams don't face off until the SEC championship game in Atlanta. But because of the realignment in conference play, they played this past weekend. Final score for you guys: Georgia 34, Alabama 41. At one point in time, though, Pat P, Bama, they were up 30-3.
Yeah, it was.
Like 30-3. Kirby Smart, my former coach, gave a great speech to motivate the guys in the locker room. When we came out, we saw a different second half by the Bulldogs. But Pat P, how entertaining was that game for you watching from what you saw from start to finish, my boy?
Man, that game was very entertaining. I was very, very thrilled to see how Jalen came out on fire, throwing the ball, running the ball, just played with a ton of energy. You just tell that ended up passing through his teammates. They came out a little sluggish in the second half, but they got it going when they needed it, most importantly, in that last drive to pretty much seal the victory. But overall, it was back and forth in the second half. First half was kind of lopsided with Alabama, but the second half is what we came to see. I wish the game wouldn't have got so out of control in the first half to where it could have. Although it still was a good game in the second half, Georgia still had the opportunity to win the ball game.
Yep.
I feel like if it was a better first half, Georgia would have had an opportunity. It would have been even closer for them to have an opportunity to win the ball game. So, because they had to fight and claw to get themselves back in that position. You know what I mean? So it was a great weekend, man. Very exciting plays on both sides of the football. Quarterbacks played exceptionally well. Georgia quarterback started out a little slow, but he ended up playing. He ended up getting it together in the second half. And like I said, Jalen Monroe, it was a Heisman type moment game for him that he ended up performing in very well.
And speaking of Monroe, I have his numbers here: 27 of 33. 374 yards throwing, 2 touchdowns, an interception that wasn't his fault. It was a catchable pass by the tight end. Didn't catch it. Deflected, pick by UGA. He also gave you 16 attempts rushing the football, Pat P, for 117 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. As a whole, he had 4 total touchdowns, almost 500 yards of total offense, 481 yards of total offense to be exact, against one of the top level defenses in all of college football on a national stage. And you talked about he put up a Heisman-like performance. No question. No question. Jalen Monroe was the best player on the football field by far. And the second best player on the football field isn't even legal yet, and Ryan Williams. 6 receptions, the freshman phenom wide receiver, 17 years old. He's actually supposed to be playing varsity for somebody high school right now. Reclassified, 6 receptions, 177 yards, a touchdown. Pat P, he averaged 29 yards per reception.
This one you knew it was his night on the. I think it was the last drive when they ran the big post on the corner.
Yep.
Where the corner kind of jumped it. Well, he actually in front of it, bobbled it a little bit, caught it, spent around, and tried to score. I was like, yeah, this is just really Ryan's night, man.
And listen, man, and the crazy part about this is that he's a starter at Alabama. You know how hard it is to start, especially as a true freshman. Yeah. He's playing the wide receiver position better than almost anyone around the country. And it seems like he's been here before. You talked about that play. He never panicked. The DB, I think it was Malachi Starks, the talented safety for Georgia, who made a big play, but he did what he was supposed to do. Right. Unfortunately, it was a bad bounce where the ball bounced in the air. Right. And, Ryan was able to track the football down, came down. And you talked about that play, but the defining play was when Georgia fought back.
Yeah, the 80
was the lead.
Yes.
Whew. And I think it was one play. Was it one or two plays? One play. Took a shot. Jalen took a shot. Wasn't like it was bad coverage, but Ryan did a great job locating the football. And then when he located the football, the freaking silhouette move that he did, instantly stopping the dime, spent. It was so easy, effortlessly, and just took off and ran away from everybody. It was like, come on, man. Yeah. Pat P. He's special, Pat P.
Boy, no, I saw it. I saw it firsthand. My guy.
Hey, the kid is special, man. So shouts out to Alabama and Georgia, man. I'll say this much for our viewers that are watching this. We will see those 2 teams again. They will play each other again. You better believe it. It's bound to happen.
They won't.
Huh?
Oh.
What do you mean, no?
We're knocking Alabama off, and we're going to the SEC. We're going to be representing the SEC West. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I almost agree with you.
Y'all play Alabama when November
3rd or 2nd, whenever it is, they come into the valley.
And Pat P will be in the building.
Yes, I will.
And hopefully, if I'm not busy, I can be in the building. I've never been to a game in Baton Rouge in Death Valley. Is that night?
Yeah, you have not. We'll show you how to get down. It ain't gonna be a night game because CBS probably gonna pick it up, so it's gonna be a 3:30 game. I hope.
No. They got the new alignment now. It might be a night game because you remember we just saw Georgia.
Yeah, I hope
it might be a night game.
That's the only way it's gonna be a night game if ESPN pick it up.
Yeah, it might be a night game, Pat P. Man, Death Valley
Gonna be rocking.
Oh, so y'all gonna play spoiler?
Play spoiler? You act like we haven't done it before. What you mean play spoiler? What are you talking about, man?
Hey, Pat P, I might be on the sideline with you, so I ain't gonna say too much right now. You right.
It's like playing spoiler. Play spoiler. We taking what's ours, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, all right. Well, sure. You know what? I might have to order me a LSU bomber then, because November might be a little chilly.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be nippy.
Might be a little nippy outside. I might have to get me. I'm sorry, Florida State fans. If I go to the game with Pat P, I might have to represent my guy, man. I might have to represent my guy. But hey, that might be the next big one. You know what I mean? It might be the next big one. And we have some exciting news for all of our listeners, all of our viewers, all of our fans. We have an exclusive discount code with Homefield Apparel, one of the best apparel companies in the world. At checkout, if you enter in your promo code COVERED, COVERED, in the checkout promo code, you will get 15% off, which is a very, very exclusive discount coming from yours truly, all things covered. And talking about big opportunities, let's talk about the Heisman conversation real quick, Pappy. I remember once upon a time, there was a young lad roaming the streets of Baton Rouge.
Yes,
played defensive back, returner. They should have used him on offense more, but I don't know why. But I remember a game against West Virginia in Baton Rouge. Night game, matter of fact, night game.
Yes, sir.
The young lad wearing number 7, punt returner. They decided to punt the football. He catches it, makes the guy miss. Bop, 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 bop. Hit the speed on him, pull away from everybody. And when he got into the end zone, decided to hit that Heisman pose.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, Les Miles got made. Didn't he cuss you out for that?
No, he didn't curse me out. He just gave me like, come on, Patrick, we can't be doing that. Look where we're kicking the ball from because I got a flag. And we went up 17. Nothing. It was like, I love the moment. I love everything about it, but do it with your guys. Do it with your teammates. So he was basically saying, because at that time, when I was in college, you couldn't celebrate at all. You couldn't do nothing. Yeah. So he was like, man, celebrate with your guys, so we won't have to be kicking the ball from, I think, like the 15 at the time or something like that. So that's what he was more upset about than anything.
Oh, okay. At that time, did you actually think you had a legit shot to win the Heisman, or was were you trying to like jumpstart?
I was trying to, because Mac, think about it. I had the most all-purpose yards at LSU my junior year without even playing offense. I had 1,500 all-purpose yards without even. Yes.
Yes. Just returning?
Just returning the interceptions. That's it. I never touched the ball. I never touched the ball on offense, and
Pat, if you played offense, what type of athlete would you been on offense though? Would you have made plays?
Do you have the flu, man? Is COVID coming back around here?
No, it's just a question. I just want to know. I remember what you did at Blanche Ely when you played offense, but that was some years removed.
What I did at the punt return when I had the ball in my hand. All I needed was opportunity, baby. And back then, Les wasn't with the both-way, two-way player. Hell, we was at that point. We was more focused on running the football anyway.
That's all y'all did.
Guys, Jordan was a quality quarterback. We all thought he showed that as a freshman in the Chick-fil-A game when he threw for almost 350 yards.
No question. Shouts out to Jordan Jefferson.
Yeah, shout out to my guy. And we had like Terrence Tolliver, Ruben Randall, Russell Shepard.
Mm-hmm.
We had Brandon LaFell my freshman year. Like
I had some boys that made it to the league too, at receivers.
Yeah, so like we had guys, we just didn't have the system in place to help these guys flourish. So I really truly feel if I had an opportunity to play just a couple plays, just had a couple touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball. Mind you, Cam Newton won it that year, but I feel like if I would have had a couple offensive touchdowns and a couple more Heisman moments, because my Heisman moments came like to jumpstart, it came like within the first 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
And then after that, nobody else really was like kicking it, punting the ball to me. I was getting majority of my yards on kick return then.
That's what I'm saying. How you had over 1,500 yards all purpose at some point in time, they just didn't want to kick you the ball because you kept returning it.
Check the stats, bro. I had the most all-purpose yards on the team that year, bro.
Wow.
I had so many yards. Or they came. The college football came up with here's a trophy right here, Mac. Hold on. College football came up with this trophy for your boy.
They created a trophy for you? Shouts out to the Honey Badger. What's the name of the award?
It is the 2010 Elite Punt Returner Trophy, bro. I was the first one to get this, bro.
Okay. Hey, that's GOAT status right there now. Hey, when they create an award in your honor to give you tribute, tip my brim to Pat P, because he need to tip my brim like the old folks say. Let me tip my brim to you, my boy. Respect. Hey, when they create an award in your honor,
yeah, man,
that's legendary status right there.
Yeah, that was big time, dog.
Only thing I got in my honor is a sandwich.
That's an honor too, Cat.
I want that hardware. Wow. So I didn't know that, man. That's great information for our viewers, man, talking about how legendary you were down when you were at LSU. And the reason why I brought up that Heisman polls, because we saw the Heisman polls show up this past weekend by the great Travis Hunter, wide receiver, cornerback for Colorado, played in Orlando against UCF, had an unbelievable ball game. Scored a touchdown as a wide receiver. No, it was a pick. I think he caught a pick and he trotted down to the end zone and he hit that infamous Heisman pose. I don't think he got a penalty because, to your point, players can celebrate now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he got a penalty. But when he did that Heisman pose, I instantly thought of you. And speaking of Travis Hunter, we had him on the show when he was in high school.
Yeah.
Shout out to Travis Hunter, been doing a phenomenal job. Same could be said for Coach Prime and what he's doing at Colorado. But speaking of Travis Hunter, I think he should definitely have a legit shot to win the Heisman. But for you watching him and just seeing how talented he is, we know he's going in the draft for sure this year. We know he's going to be a potential top pick. Could be anywhere between 1 to 3, in my opinion. He should be.
He should be.
If you're Travis Hunter, or if you were advising Travis Hunter, knowing what you know about the game of football in the league, if he had to pick a position, or do you believe he should pick a position, which position should he go with in the next level?
I honestly don't think he should pick a position because he's truly a wild card. He's a player that we never seen before to do it at this level and have the efficiency on both sides week in and week out. Like, we never seen nobody like that. So you hear questions all the time like, who do Travis remind you of? Nobody.
No question.
He in a world of his own because, like I said, like, there's been guys who probably they have the ability to do that both ways. But to see that week in and week out, playing 130 snaps a game is bizarre. Like, that is correct. And not only playing 130 snaps, he's getting 100 yards at receiver. He's making 7-8 tackles, a couple of PBUs, and he's getting a pick every other game.
Yeah.
So you tell me another player that you can compare him to. You can't, because we have not seen another player that's able to do that as efficient as he's been able to do it on both sides of the ball on a consistent basis.
You know what? The thing I love about Travis Hunter, he don't take plays off.
That's what I'm saying.
That's unbelievable. I never seen a guy. I played with Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown is one of the more well-conditioned athletes I've ever been around. Right? When he catch a pass in practice, it doesn't matter when or where he is on the football field. He's taking it to the house. He trots back to the huddle. He's right back at the line of scrimmage again. Right? But when you watch Travis Hunter, you know how a lot of receivers take themselves out of the ball game, especially when it's not a pass, to kind of get a breather. He's in the game. He's blocking. And then when he plays defense on the defensive side, he's giving maximum effort. And I love his tackling. For him to be a slimmer guy, man, he throws his body in there. Remember, he is the guy who caused the fumble against Baylor a few weeks ago that led to them winning that ball game.
Yep.
Travis Hunter is a football player
Yeah.
He is, in my opinion, he's a positionless football player.
Yes.
And you can do so many things with him. Heck, if you want to put him at running back, I think he can be successful because of his vision. He just, in his instincts to know the game, right? So to your point, I know a lot of people have been talking about, well, I don't think he should do this. I don't think he's good enough to do that. The kid is good enough to do whatever it is he want to do in the National Football League. And when it comes to the business side, Pat P, right?
Business side.
When it comes to the business side, if I'm Travis Hunter, I tell the NFL, I'm playing both. So now you're getting two players in one, but my compensation should be different because I'm giving you more than any other player is going to give you who gets drafted where I gets drafted at. Because even if I'm not a full-time starter on either side of the football field, I'm going to contribute. Because if you draft me to play wide receiver, I'm still better than your number 3 cornerback. Heck, I'm probably better than your number 2 cornerback, depending on the situation, might be your best cornerback as well.
Right. So Matt, tell me this. So if a NFL team or teams come to him and be like, you have to pick one, which one you think would be the best? Because I'm sure some teams are going to ask him that. Like something like, we're not picking you to play both. So you got to pick one. Yeah. Which one are you playing?
Hey, that's a great question. Until that question, also I'd like to add to this. You know how much studying we have to do.
Right.
Like when we play the defensive side, there's a lot of studying. We have to do prep, watching tape, taking down notes. It's going to be difficult for you to devote equal amount of studying time and prep time for either side, especially when it comes to how extensive offensive playbooks are.
Right.
So you have to cram a lot mentally, and then physically you got to be in great shape. But then you got to do a lot of studying, Pat. You know how it is. I mean, sometimes you don't really get familiar with your opponent until the end of Wednesday, right? So imagine if you got to study from either side. But to answer your question, I would say if they forced him to pick or wanted him to pick a position, I would say wide receiver. The reason why I say wide receiver is because the compensation is different than cornerback.
It is.
Like right now, $30 million is the bottom mark for high-level wide receivers per year. $30 million. And by the time it gets to him, it probably be in the 40s. So cornerbacks will always play catch up to the wide receiver. I don't like it, but you know that's the trajectory and where it's going, right?
It is. But here is my point. I was going to say I think DB. And here's why I'm saying DB, because let's say he go as a receiver. We already say he's going to be a top 5 pick, right? Most top 5 teams, quarterbacks probably suck for them. Now, I won't say probably suck. They probably don't have the best quarterback situation. Suck is a bad word to use because those guys are in the National Football League. So 9 times out of 10, the quarterback situation is a little iffy. And we know in order for a receiver to be successful, you need a quarterback who knows how to spin the ball. So in my, like when I was, this was me going in my thought process when I was coming out, because in high school, as you know, I played both ways as well. And at the time, it was kind of almost about the same for the conversation on defensive backs and receivers. I was like, man, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, which one would I feel I can control my own destiny in? Is it receiver? Because as a receiver, I got to depend on my quarterback to be able to be a solid quarterback, to be able to get me the ball, be able to read defenses. It's a lot that goes into the receiver. Yeah, you might be a talented receiver, but if you got a quarterback that can get you the ball, you just another guy. Right? So now the defensive back, we already know he's going to be the guy at the defensive back. So now I can control my own destiny because now I'm going to be on the offensive guy, main guy, 9 times out of 10. So therefore, if I go out there and do my thing on the defensive side of the ball, I can write my own destiny. That's how I thought.
And that's a great thought. I think you're dead on because wide receivers are dependent on their quarterback. Even if you're very, very gifted, if you don't have a good quarterback play or offensive line play, look at Tyreek Hill right now for an example.
Right.
We know how good Tyreek Hill is. We know how fast he is. But he is a mere mortal with no quarterback.
Nope.
And we're seeing it right now, Skylar Johnson was the quarterback a week ago. This week, Tyler Huntley played this past Monday, and Tyreek Hill wasn't even a factor.
Right.
So that's a great way to look at it. I think for me, he is so special with the football in his hands.
He is.
It's hard to deny when he gets the football. And because of who his quarterback is in college football, Shedeur Sanders, a high-level quarterback as well, he's been able to benefit from playing with a pro right now that's ready. He might go to a situation where they might have a lot of things going on quarterback. You might not see him flourish like you would like to see him flourish.
Right.
So this is a very, very unique situation to be in. It's a great situation to be in. I guess for me, I gave my answer trending to wide receiver because of the financial benefit.
Right.
Because when you play cornerback.
And I think it's going to get there eventually. I think it probably won't. I think the corner, because what? Surtain got what? 25?
Yeah, Pat P. He got 25. What did Justin Jefferson just get? 36.
What, 30? He got 36? I thought it was 33.
I think he got 36, 35 a year.
It's like 32 or 33. It wasn't 36.
Hold on. No. It's more. Hold on. I'm going to look this up. Look this up because I could have sworn.
It was 33. But anywho, it's going to get there because Sauce going to take it up when he signed. He's going to take it up to about 26. And then that's going to be the going market. Jalen just signed another contract for about 25. That's going to be the going market. So you're going to got all this streaming stuff going on right now. The cap ain't going down.
Now the cap ain't going down, but the wide receiver position is the new quarterback position right now.
So look at all the receivers who got paid and tell me who their quarterbacks were. Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers. Justin Jefferson.
All right, Justin Jefferson getting 35 a year.
All right, so 35. Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins. He's still shining right now with your boy
Sam Darnold. Hey, we saw Justin Jefferson shine with Nick Mullins.
Yeah. But Nick Mullins ain't hey, I tell you this too though.
And he got 110 guaranteed.
Yeah, I tell you this though, that offense, them deep overs for Justin, and when they got that running game going, that's kind of like so unstoppable for them, man. It's so just every time you see Justin scoring a touchdown, it's either a deep over or let me see what other route or one of those whip it routes in the red zone. Am I lying?
You're not lying. So hey, and wide receivers getting paid, boy.
Okay, I love Justin to death, but I like to watch film as well. If I'm watching film on Justin, if I see him inside the numbers or the number 2 receiver, I'm playing for over routes. What are we doing?
Pat P. But you know that thing hit different when it's out there, boy. Third quarter, and that your hamstring get a little tight.
I get all that. I really do. But goddamn it, I like to play for probabilities, man. I really do. I mean,
hey, that's why you were great.
I mean, everybody
ain't playing like that.
And on top of that, I'm talking to my safety. Hey, man, got number 2.
We got to go over.
It's over.
No question. Hey, man.
I'm telling you, Coach, they used to get upset with me because as a corner, I used to talk damn near as much as the damn linebacker. You guys, all of my teammates. Mm-hmm. I like to talk shit out. I like to.
That's communicate, man. Yeah, I say all the time, man. We ain't in no library, we ain't in no classroom. We can talk as loud as possible, man.
If you know something, see something, hell, shout it out.
No question. Tell us all, man, so we can be on the same page. Yeah, Pat P, but this is going to be an ongoing discussion as we get closer to the draft with Travis Hunter. But I think he should go ahead and tell him I'm doing both, man. Y'all got to pay me as 2 players.
I'm telling you, you know how it is, Matt.
I know.
This ain't never happened before. Blase, blah. I mean, I love it too. I love that he's putting the pressure on them, on the league I'm speaking of, on showing them a product that they never seen before. Mm-hmm. They never seen this type of athlete or this type of product come out of college football. Like like I said earlier, there's a lot of guys that could have done it, but to do it at this efficient level on a consistent basis, we've never seen it, man.
No question. Shouts out to T. Hunter. Like I said, Coach Prime, they're doing a great job right now. Clearly, he is in the Heisman race. He should get that invite to New York when it's all said and done, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
He'll be in New York. He'll be in New York.
Now, Pat P, let's go ahead and transition to our former league, more recently, the NFL. We just gave you guys breakdown college football. Let's talk about the NFL. NFL, again, was entertaining as well. So the thing I love about college football and NFL football, they follow each other. So it's like college football gives you that appetizer. You know what I mean? It kind of gets you satisfied just a tad bit.
Right.
And the NFL comes with that main course, and then Monday night it gives you dessert. You know what I mean? So you get 3 meals every weekend pertaining to football, because college football is the appetizer, calamari, lobster bisque.
I don't know, Matt, because you got a doubleheader on Monday night.
Oh, yeah, this past Monday night, yeah. Well, I ain't going to really say a doubleheader.
That's not every Monday?
No, it ain't every Monday. And this past Monday, Pat P.I., they had, Tennessee and Miami, and Tyler Huntley had just got to Miami 12 days ago. He wasn't really acclimated to the offense. We really couldn't see too much. But I tell you this much, that Detroit Lions and Seattle game, that was a roller coaster.
Yeah,
that was a roller coaster. With that being said, Pat P, what was the biggest surprise for you week 4 in the NFL?
The Jets in the Denver Broncos game. To see Aaron Rodgers not throw a touchdown. To see Bo Nix, he didn't play a good game. The conditions, kind of.
They won 10-9.
Both teams back. But to see Aaron Rodgers not throw a touchdown was kind of bizarre to me. I was back and forth through that game because I saw that weather, so I knew it was going to be a low-scoring game, but I did not expect to see the final score what it was and not to see Aaron Rodgers throw a touchdown. And although they still had the opportunity to win that ball game with Zerliner missing that 50-yard field goal,
50 plus,
but that was a big shock to me.
Yeah, man, because Aaron Rodgers and the Jets looked really, really good the week before that Thursday night against the Patriots. Granted, it's the Patriots. They look really, really good. I understand the conditions wasn't the best weather-wise, but both teams played in the same weather. And the Broncos' defense made one more play than the Jets.
Yeah. And not only that, the Jets played in that type of weather before. Aaron Rodgers played in Green Bay, so he played in before. So that I don't think that should be an excuse or anything to, hold them back from winning that ball game. They just they just looked flat out dead, man. I mean, the defense played well, but the offense just looked like they could never get out of neutral, man. It just seemed like they don't have no cohesiveness as far as a collective unit of guys understanding their job, if that makes sense.
And they couldn't run the football at all. That's another thing that has been alarming.
It just seemed like they're just blocking. They don't understand their blocking assignments.
The blocking scheme.
Yeah, it just looked like very little league.
No question. I'm going to tell you another surprise for me was our Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Indy, a team that was dealing with a lot of injuries, the Colts was, and we lose by 3 points.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I was surprised that our Steelers lost that ball game. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what it is, but I don't know what the history is. Hugo may have to pull this up. But that little place get rolling with the it's I don't know what it is about the Steelers and the Colts. It's tough to play in there, man.
Hey,
it's tough to play in
there. For some reason, back in the day, it used to be the RCA Dome. It was 2 places it seemed like the Steelers always struggle.
I'm telling you, dog. And only played there 1 year.
Say it again.
I said I only played with the Steelers 1 year, and I felt that going into that game. Like when we got to the stadium, I'm like, damn, it feels kind of like just eerie in here. You know how you walk into some stadiums, you just get that feel.
Yeah.
Like, man, you just don't feel right then. KZ get thrown out the game. Then we changed quarterback. Just what I felt. Ended up happening in that game.
In certain places, man, it seemed like things don't freaking go well, man. And that was a weird ball game.
Yeah, it really
we got off to a slow start, and we just couldn't get out our own way. And the crazy part about that is that those are games when the ones you lose that you're supposed to win, they hurt more. I don't care what time of year it happens, they hurt more.
Yeah, that was one we definitely should have won. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and at this time it's still early in the year, but it's never too early to create separation between the pack and the division.
Hell, that's when you want to do it early.
Yes, early. You know what I mean? Because you got teams in your division might be off to a slow start, but they can turn that thing up at any given time.
You know what I mean? Baltimore Ravens look like they about to do right now.
Boy, they about to turn it up. They about to turn it up. Talking about another team that's turning it up, man. The Minnesota Vikings.
Man, that defense.
Sam Darnold.
Defense.
In a month of play, Sam Darnold's the MVP right now. Can he sustain it? I don't know. But right now, he's hot, Pat P. Kevin O'Connell, man, is a heck of a coach, man. And he got Jordan Addison back in the lineup to pair up with Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones. They took it to Green Bay 31-29. Now, Green Bay did fight back, similar to what the Georgia Bulldogs did against Alabama. They fought back, but they fell up short. And Minnesota is still undefeated. 4-0.
Yeah, Minnesota's still undefeated, man. Both coordinators, Kevin, because I know he calls the plays, and Brian Flores on the defensive side. Man, those guys are humming on the defensive side of the ball. They're really confusing each and every quarterback that they play. I love the scheme. I love the scheme to the fact that they do a good job of mixing it up. Like we all know Brian Flores is a pressure guy. And now it seems to me that he knows everybody knows that he's a pressure guy as well. And he's giving these teams a bunch of different looks as far as he might be showing them pressure, then he's dropping them out because they're edge rushers and they front those guys up front are really playing some good ball right now. So he's giving the offenses illusion that we sending pressure, but we got our guys winning those one-on-one battles. And that's why you see a lot of interceptions thrown in that defense because he's giving the quarterback the illusion that he's sending pressure because that's his pedigree. Pressure. And he's dropping out of that thing. And then sometimes he might be in a zone look and bringing the pressure. So those guys are doing a really good job of confusing both sides of the ball who they're game planning for, and the record's showing for it.
Yeah, and another thing that's super important when it comes to disguising viewers is that everybody has to be on the same page, especially the guys in the second level, which is the linebackers, and the third level guys, which are the defensive backs. Because if one guy's not tied into the disguise concept, these quarterbacks are bright enough to see, they're bluffing. So the way they're disguising, everyone is on one accord, and they're showing the same thing. So it's very, very hard for these quarterbacks to make adjustments at the line of scrimmage based on what they're seeing. And by the time they figure it out, that pressure is collapsing the pocket, or they're running some type of game or stunt to put pressure on the quarterback.
Right.
I mean, Dick LeBeau used to do that all the time with us. And Harrison Smith is like the Vikings version of Troy. He lines up anywhere in the formation. At the line of scrimmage, he can line up over the A-gap. He can line up as a backer, deep safety, middle safety, it doesn't matter. But he has the free range to do that because he can get to wherever he needs to go. And he does so with so much confidence. So the way they're doing and playing defense with the guys, to your point, Pat, winning their one-on-one matchups, it can be very, very difficult. Now, what happened with Green Bay when they started having success, they were utilizing tempo. And, of course, when you get a lead, you take your foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
You're trying to protect the lead, but let's see, is it sustainable? Yeah, you try to protect the lead a little bit. It only makes sense. And they've done a great job, man. Kevin O'Connell, the award was given today. He would be the coach of the year, in my opinion. I think Sam Darnold would be the MVP. You know what I mean? If those awards were given today, deserving so. In other news in the NFL, a guy you've battled against quite a few times, Davante Adams. Yep. It seems like the Raiders are willing to gauge interest in potentially trading Davante Adams. And now here's the background of that story, Pat P. and viewers. Apparently, there was an article, I can't remember who actually wrote it, but they said, if something to the nature of, don't paraphrase me on this, quote me on this, but I'm trying to paraphrase it.
It said Davante Adams may have played his last game last week.
Because he didn't play this past week because he sat out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're saying, then Coach Antonio Pierce liked the post.
Yeah. Now, my thing is this, Pat P. As a coach, if you're being funny, like, ha, 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 yeah, right, and you like it, it's still going to give the wrong motive, wrong message. That's number one. Number two, we've kind of heard this before with Davante, and this most recently surfaced some days ago. As a head coach, as a team, you have yet to come out and say, man, we ain't thinking about trading him.
Right.
That's the second wrong message. Because if you don't come out and voice and back say, no, man, he a Raider. We're not trading him. He's with us.
Hey, nobody word means anything, Mac. What they did to Bryce Young. Coach said, hey, he's our starter. 2 hours later, they named Andy Dalton starter. So there ain't nobody trying to and I know firsthand.
You're right. I
know firsthand.
Ain't no loyalty. And to that point, I believe Davante is going to be traded, Pat P. With what you said and what I said and stated as well, I think he's going to be traded. And if you were to trade Davante, top 3 teams I think should go out and try to go get his services. Number one for me, I mean, the Aaron Rodgers relationship, clearly he's familiar with Aaron, vice versa, and they kind of talked about it. I think the Jets would be a viable team, right? Secondly, for me, I'll throw in the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh were trying to add some talent to the wide receiver spot the entire offseason. Further with Brandon and you thought they had a deal in place until he's like, no, you know what? I'm going to stay in San Fran. And the last team for me.
And they can pick up that, because I think what?
His cap number is $16 million this year.
Yeah, they can pick that up too.
That ain't a hefty number, especially for the wide receiver position. The last team for me, Pat B, will be the Washington Commanders.
Man, that's crazy.
I'll throw the Commanders in there.
Man, that's crazy.
I would throw the Commanders in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I would throw the Commanders in there because Jaden Daniels can throw it. They're going to be a really good team, and now you go into a situation where you make them better because they got Scary Terry, who's been playing high level football. He got some other young guys, but if you go get a guy like Davante to add to that offense with that young quarterback,
yeah.
I mean, the team that needs a wide receiver help the most is Kansas City. I don't know if they're going to do business with their rival in the division.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So the 3 teams I had was the Jets. I could see the Aaron Rodgers connection. I had the Chiefs because their room is just depleted right now. They need a receiver. But like you said, I don't see them doing business within their own division and being able to see Davante Adams twice a year. But then again, I don't think the Raiders give a damn. So I can see him going to the Chiefs and probably I can see him probably doing business with the Chiefs. The Raiders doing business with the Chiefs.
But to your point, we saw Washington trade Johan Dotson to Philly. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't think they give a damn.
But they got long-standing history because if you trade Davante to Kansas City, it's not just a one-year thing. He might stay there and retire in Kansas City because he gonna have another great quarterback that's gonna help him excel.
Yeah, I'm with you. But think about it. What chances do the Raiders have winning their division as long as Patrick Mahomes is a Kansas City Chiefs quarterback?
Well, they don't have anybody. You give them Davante Adams, they don't have a shot for sure.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm Kansas City, if we're trying to do a 3-peat, and we know our whole room is depleted right now.
Yeah, you got to see what
we can work with whatever we want. I'm gonna give him my first rounder. I'm gonna give him a first. I definitely give him a first.
No, Pat. We can't just throw that out there first quarter. Let's not just say I'll give you first. Let's try to negotiate.
You gotta make it appealing for them. Like they ain't taking no.
But
I don't think the Raiders would take a third because it's gonna take 2 picks because the Chiefs not giving up more than 2 picks, right? So they're not going to take
a second and a fourth.
A second and that sounds feasible. But then again, the Chiefs, I feel like that's where they make their hay at in the second and the fourth, like the later rounds, the third, the fourth round, the fifth round. They find their guys.
One thing we know about the Kansas City Chiefs, the first round pick, the second round pick will be in the back end of each round because they're going to be good.
Right. Yep.
So that second round pick gonna be at the tail end.
Yeah. So that's one.
And even if you, I'll say y'all get in second and the fourth, second.
Yeah,
Huh?
I give him a first and the fifth. Because you got to make it appealing for them. They ain't taking no 2 and 4. I'm telling you that right now. They ain't taking no 2 and 4.
Well, we're gonna wait and see. It's the time will tell. But I do believe this: he will be traded. I can see that much, and I think he will be okay in being traded because, like to your point, the only thing good about the Raiders right now is just being in Vegas.
That's it. That is
and
it.
No state taxes in Nevada.
That's it. We got guys playing. We got guys making business decisions. Let's see if they carry over to next week.
Yeah, but they did win this past week, so that's a plus. But
let's see if the same energy that they had last week can carry over to this week, and then we can, we can get to talking. But they don't have a good enough quarterback, in my opinion, to compete in that division because Justin Herbert is better than Minshew. We all know Patrick Mahomes. We all know Patrick Mahomes is better than Minshew. And hell,
I agree.
Him and Bo Nix about neck and neck.
So Bo Nix playing some good football right now.
That's what I'm saying.
And we have some exciting news for all of our listeners, all of our viewers, all of our fans. We have an exclusive discount code with Homefield Apparel, one of the best apparel companies in the world. At checkout, if you enter in your promo code COVERED, COVERED, in the checkout promo code, you will get 15% off, which is a very, very exclusive discount coming from yours truly, All Things Covered. Pat P, we have a new segment we would like to introduce to our viewers. I'm excited about this segment. Brand new segment called the Strap Award, right? This segment is sponsored by
nobody.
Not yet. Nobody. Like Keith Sweat used to say, nobody. But eventually, we're going to speak into existence. But the Strap Award, this segment is all about honoring and giving our fellow defensive backs, heck, even linebackers, their flowers in regards to being outstanding in coverage.
Defenders, because it's a big boy that might get the award.
It might get the Strap Award. Yeah, it might get the Strap Award. So just point out defenders. We're being biased for this award segment. It's to our defenders, right? And the thing about the Strap Award, for our viewers that might not know where that name came from, well, I know you guys have been faithfully watching football, all levels. And anytime a defender makes a play in the secondary, whatever the case may be, you see them do that strap, right? I know you guys see it. They put that strap, they strap them up. So the background to that is that they're kind of putting that seatbelt on that receiver or whoever it was trying to catch the football, and they lock them in. Like, I strapped you up. So with that being said, we have our strap right here we will give to our award winner right here. The Strap Award, baby. The Strap Award.
We got the strap.
We got the strap, baby. The Strap Award. Our very first award winner for the Strap Award, Pat P, goes to no other than Fred Warner. Future Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
Huge performance this past weekend there in Levi Stadium. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to break down exactly the play that led to Fred Warner winning this award. All right? So we're going to go ahead and hit you with this quick punch. Set the scene, Pat P. I got to set the scene for our viewers.
Yes, sir.
Early in the second quarter, 6-0 lead in favor of the 49ers. Still a very, very close game. Both teams trying to figure things out. Somebody got to make a play. What you have here, viewers, on your screen is the pre-snap alignment that we're going to break down. What you see now is you see 4 wide receivers. You see tight end nub to the short side of the football field, and you see the strength. You have 3 wide receivers. To the strength. You see the backfield. You see the quarterback. And right now, what you're seeing from San Francisco, they're showing you as what we call a sticky look or a barrel look. What linebackers are showing showing blitz, right, Pat P?
Yep, the double barrel look.
The double barrel look. Some people say the double barrel look. Some people say the sticky look. Both corners are up and pressed. So they're trying to disguise the coverage. They're trying to showcase they're bringing some type of pressure. And instantly when the ball is snapped, hit you with another punch, you see them drop into coverage. Now, offensively from New England, you see levels coming from the 3 wide receiver side. You see a shallow cross coming from the tight end, and Jacoby has some pressure. He's trying to hit that middle level player. But Fred Warner being super instinctive, you see him drop back, make an unbelievable catch, jumped at his highest point. Vertical had to be like a 42, 43. Came down with the football, and when he came down with the football, he just didn't lay down and kill the grass. He got up because the grass was on fire. He looked for green grass, found an opening, and the cavalry is the thing that I love. People were looking for people to block in a 49ers uniform. Instantly got him into the end zone, and that, my friend Pat P, is what jump-started this big-time winning effort for the San Francisco 49ers. So because of that, Fred Warner, you're our very first annual Strap Award winner.
Yes,
for
indeed.
All Things Covered. Pat P, we're going to see if we can get this out to Fred out there in San Francisco. This is the first official Strap a winner. Can't wait to see who wins it next week. Pat P, Fred Warner, one of the best that's doing it, been doing it for a long time. Shouts out to Fred Warner, Strap Award
man.
winner.
Shouts out to Fred Warner. I want to hit back on that play here real quick because I just got out of the league, and I know this situation very, very much so. It's 35. 35, Mac. What is the quarterback expecting the defense to be in?
Man to man.
No doubt about it. So San Francisco set the scene up perfect. They came out and showed them a double barrel look, meaning that they're showing them they're showing pressure, that they're showing everybody's coming up to the quarterback, blitzing, in other words. And then what they do perfectly, Fred Warner disguising, being a great linebacker that he is, future Hall of Famer, as you said, dropping out of there because Fred Warner's responsibility is the deep hole. The deep hole, which is 5 yards, 3 to 5 yards beyond the sticks. If we go back and watch this tape and see where he picked this off at, I'm sure it was around 12 yards or so. If you go back and look where his landmark was, he was in the perfect landmark to pick that ball up. And like you said, Mac, the grass was hot. Fred
got up.
He is the guy he's the spark plug, not only for that defense, but for that entire team. Kyle Shanahan had an interview right before that game and just talked about how contagious his effort is in practice, how hard he practiced each and every day, and how it just runs through the entire team. Talked about the callus that he have on his knuckles from punching the ball out because he's a turnover machine. And to see that literally moments after I just saw that interview, I was like, yeah, Fred Warner's the real deal. Not only with a great catch, picking the ball up and going the other way because the paint is stank and he wanted to smell it.
No question. Anytime you can put points on the scoreboard as a defender, you're going to be in a position to win. I remember Coach LeBeau gave us a stat. He said anytime the defense scores or special team scores, like there's an 85% chance that you can win the ball game.
I'm big.
And those numbers stand correctly.
Yeah, man. Bruce Arians was big on, those type of statistical things as well, because he was like, man, if you can score before halftime, there's like a 78% chance you're going to win. And just like you said, if you can score on defense or special team, there's an 85% chance that you're going to win. In a 2-minute warning, if you sack the quarterback any given time in that drive, it's a good possibility that the defense is going to win that series. So it's just things like that, coaching points and little nuggets like that going into certain situations help you, with a better outcome. Even going on the defensive side of the ball, it's even a stat to where if a defense commit any penalty on the defensive side of the ball, it's a 78% chance that they're going to lose. It can be an offsides. It can be a holding. We already know that pass interference, you 9 times out of 10 going to give up points. It could be any defensive penalty. You're going to it's a 78%, whatever the percentage was, that the defense is going to lose that series. So that's why it's very key in situational football to play clean football.
No question. Well said. But like I said, our Strap Award winner, very first one, is Fred Warner. Can't wait to see which defender will get that Strap Award winner for next week. Pat P, before we go, last week we gave our viewers some bets.
Yeah.
Well, some picks on some games. Hopefully you guys listened to us and got lucky and went to the window to cash out a winning ticket. Now we have our results pretty much. We picked 4 right. We had the same amount right and the same amount wrong, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the difference between me and your picks was Atlanta, New Orleans. I took Atlanta. You took the Saints.
Yeah.
You're wrong on that one.
Yep.
Washington, Arizona. I took Washington. You took your former team, Arizona. You probably a little biased making that pick.
I had to take my former team.
Yeah, but you can't, when it comes to money, you can't bet with your heart. You got to bet with your pockets.
Yeah, I know, but they just came off a hot win. They just beat the Rams, a team that they didn't beat.
That win wasn't hot.
It was how long? And I thought that was going to give them confidence going into this game back at home against a rookie quarterback, which you did not play like a rookie quarterback. But that's what I was
that win wasn't hot.
That's
that
what
win was lukewarm. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you an opportunity to bounce back. Before we go, we got some picks for our viewers once again. Going to give you some
4 picks again tonight.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay. Let's start an off hot Thursday night. If you want to set your parlay up for Thursday, here you go. Tampa Bay traveling to Atlanta. Divisional game. Atlanta, as I see the line now, they're giving 1.5 to Tampa Bay.
They're giving 1.5.
Divisional matchups are usually very, very close.
You said.
Yes.
I like Tampa. You said they playing in Tampa?
They playing in Atlanta.
Oh, they playing in Atlanta. I like Todd Bowles' defense. I like Tampa. And they giving.
All right, I'm gonna rock with you on that one. I'm taking Tampa getting the points. So we both take Tampa. You go. All right. The next game abroad in London, the Jets versus Minnesota.
Jets, Minnesota.
The Jets are receiving. They're getting 2.5 points.
So Jets getting
from the Vikings. That's a weird line, man.
Yes, that is. But I like Minnesota. Jets struggling right now. They don't have no real identity. We thought, they'll be a little more efficient than this. And I know last week the weather was a little iffy, but it's been a little bit too much of a roller coaster ride for me with the Jets and the Aaron Rodgers saga right now. So I like Minnesota giving up them 2.5. Because Minnesota,
I don't know if the Jets can protect Aaron Rodgers enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, I know what I said last week about when the line is 2.5, but bruh.
Yeah, you Minnesota too. Go ahead and say
line. Huh?
I said, go ahead and say it. You like Minnesota too.
I do, but something is telling me to take the Jets, Pat P. I don't know what it is.
Nah, man. Hey. Like you just said it. They just played another they just played Denver. Another high pressure defense, because I played with Vance Joseph. I know his mindset. I know what he want to bring, what he want to present to the quarterback. And if Vance Joseph was able to do that to Aaron Rodgers, and I know, like I said, I know the weather was a little iffy, but it can be the same weather in London. You don't know what the hell you're going to get in London in October. It can be the same thing. I had an opportunity to play there. I'm telling you,
that's a weird line. I'm gonna take Minnesota as well, Hugo. So next game, Baltimore laying 2.5 to Cincinnati. I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore. Although Cincinnati,
now I'll say this much though.
Right now we're playing a little better, but I like Baltimore. And Baltimore,
I don't trust Cincinnati's offense defense.
Yeah,
Baltimore's giving up 2.5. I don't trust Cincinnati's defense, but I'm gonna tell you this much, Pat P. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase love playing against Baltimore.
They do. Just as they like playing against the Chiefs too.
Yeah, they love playing, but I don't know Cincinnati's defense, because they had issues stopping the run. I don't know if they're gonna get enough stops. Now this is a big game right here. Buffalo laying 1 point to Houston. 2 3-1 teams. Woo!
Yeah, that's that's a tough one, but I'm going with Houston.
Von Miller is suspended. Von Miller is suspended.
For what? For the domestic violence thing? What he suspended for?
Yeah, man. I guess his baby mama or something going on. I don't know.
Oh, so yeah, the ongoing case that happened, I think happened last summer or something.
He's suspended 4 games.
Yeah,
so
I
you
like
taking Houston?
what they playing. It don't really matter because my boy Strap man can play anywhere. They playing in Houston.
Yeah.
Although they haven't been as efficient as they was last year, but I like Houston defense better than Buffalo. And although Josh Allen been playing some lights out football, he gave us flashes of that gunslinger mentality again last night. Oh, well, not last night.
Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Sunday night.
So if he come with that same mentality of that gunslinger mentality, we might be in the trend of seeing the turnover machine Josh Allen of old.
I'm gonna take Buffalo because we can't take the same picks. I'm taking Buffalo.
Yes, good job. In the right
All right,
spot.
Sunday night football. Pittsburgh giving 2.5 to Dallas.
Ooh, Pittsburgh giving points.
They giving 2.5 to Dallas.
Damn.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Micah Parsons might not play. DeMarcus Lawrence might not play.
And
Pittsburgh dealing with some injuries on the offensive line.
They are. But my boy, in the words of Coach Tomlin.
And primetime Mike Tomlin is all right. Primetime Mike Tomlin is okay.
And not only that.
Yeah.
They're going to run it anyway. They're going to run it anyway, and freaking Dallas is bottom of the barrel and run defensive stoppage. So I'm taking – and Pittsburgh giving up how many?
2.5.
Damn, that's sticky too, though, Mac. But I'm going to take Pittsburgh by 3.
So the last game, Pat P. Indy traveling to Jacksonville. Jacksonville is laying 3 points.
Who's laying 3 points? The Jacksonville Jaguars giving the Colts 3 points?
Jacksonville giving Indy 3 points.
Yeah, I like the Colts. Especially if Joe Flacco's playing. Because I haven't heard any
and
word.
Joe Flacco have that offense looking good.
Exactly. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. They already asking the coach about if he's going to get fired. Not if he's going to get fired. If he's worried about his job security. Trevor Lawrence seeing ghosts. They can't finish games. And I like the old wisely vet and Joe Flacco getting 3 points. So I'm taking the Colts.
I defer. I'm going the opposite direction. I'm taking Jacksonville. Number one, This is their Super Bowl. They're 0-4. They got to get a win. That's number one. Yeah. Number two, Indianapolis.
You know what happened to desperate teams.
Hey, man, I know, but when teams desperate.
Team on fire. Well, 1 week.
The Colts haven't won in Duval since 2004.
They're going to win this week.
They just can't win. So there we have another difference right there. I'm taking Jacksonville.
And on top of that, they got Joe Flacco now. They got a veteran quarterback. They ain't got them. I don't care. Yeah, I know you don't. Colts win. Colts gonna win by 7.
The trend is your friend. You got to follow the trend. They haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014.
And who was their quarterbacks during that span? Was it
a lot of them? Andrew Luck and a whole bunch of people.
Andrew Luck probably.
Pat P, what you were doing in 2014?
I was in my 4th year in the league. But anywho,
you were giving them hell out there, wasn't you?
No doubt about it. I was working on my man 14. Now I got all pro 13. But hell, that was my 4th consecutive Pro Bowl. But anywho,
that's what I'm saying. Andrew, that's the last time they won in Jacksonville.
I get that. But Andrew Luck probably didn't. I think when did Andrew Luck get drafted?
Shoot, I can't remember. And he had a few quarterbacks.
And he was their best quarterback there at the time. If Joe Flacco, and with no experience, if Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback, because I haven't heard any word about Anthony Richardson just yet. If Joe Flacco is the quarterback, the Colts are about to go on a run. I don't even know what their what their schedule is. Hugo, text us. Put up in the thing the coach schedule real quick, so I can
get the
predict
schedule right here. I have it right here.
Yeah, tell it to me.
You ain't
They
talking
winning
about
against Jacksonville. They're gonna beat Jacksonville straight up. Money line.
Oh shoot, they got Tennessee, Miami, Houston, Minnesota, Buffalo.
Yeah, so the only loss I see them possibly getting is Houston. But the way they defense played against Pittsburgh, Gus Bradley got them boys humming as well. Got them boys coming around, starting to feel themselves around the right time as well, Coach. So I'm going. The Colts are going. If Joe Flacco is a starting quarterback, the only game that they lose in that span is possibly against Houston. And you want to put a case of Sprites on that? And Smart Water?
Yeah. Let's do water.
Sprite for me.
You get your Sprite. So are we just making an outright bet? Like just straight up bet?
Yes, on the next 4-game span, the 4 games that you named.
No, I'm talking about Sunday. Wait a minute, I'm talking about Sunday match. I'm talking about the Colts Jacksonville. You say you like the Colts to win?
Yeah, that's easy. I'm taking the Colts. I'm taking
outright bet. So no spread involved. We just win lose.
Yeah, win lose. Case of, and I don't want no canned soda. I want the bottle. I want the bottle Sprites. I don't go to Publix or Winn-Dixie or whatever grocery store that you shop at. I don't want you going there and getting the buy 2, get 1 free. No, I want the bottles. I need you to go on Amazon and get my tropical Sprites with the orange label, the green top.
This man drink tropical Sprite. How you a prime athlete? You drink tropical Sprite. I don't understand this. How you covering people drinking Sprite?
I don't eat much candy no more, so it's okay for 1 tropical Sprite a day.
Man, talk about tropical. But you ain't gonna get none on my dime because them Duval Jaguars gonna take care of the business like they do every year at home against the Colts, though.
Man.
Good false water coming. Good false. Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir. All right, so we got our picks locked and loaded Thursday night, starting with Tampa, Atlanta. Great weekend of NFL football coming up. Once again, another great weekend of college football as well. Thank you once again for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. Once again, go out, homefieldapparel.com. Go get you some collegiate gear of your favorite team, favorite university. Make sure you enter the promo code COVERED to get 15% off so you can be looking as fly as we're looking right now, rocking LSU and Florida State. Even though we're not winning a lot, still got to look good. Pat P, see you next week, and I will be gloating about my Voss water that I'm getting on behalf of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Peace.
No chance.
Yeah, money, ain't that funny? I got haters, yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Money, ain't that funny? I got haters, yeah, they watching, but I know they love me. Riding around the city, plastic cup of C-Rock, bigger and I'm blacker, I am on that Chris Rock.